why you don't need shadow work. Now, I've been someone who over the last, 6, 7, 8 years has been in this process of going to workshops, going to events, and really just trying to break free from all of the heaviness and all of the things that, a lot of these coaches, a lot of these mentors call the shadow. And understandable, right? Understandable. There's shadow, there's light, and there's a difference. There are polarities, difference between the two. Shadow is the stuff that you've been through in your life that has the heaviness that you haven't accepted, that you haven't worked through, that you haven't learnt, that you haven't felt and released. But why I'm saying that you shouldn't do shadow work or you shouldn't commit yourself to it is what I see is that people who commit to the shadow work, who want to continually go deeper and darker and feel and release, if they actually feel and release, is that the more you do that, the more addicted you become to being in that space, to feeling that heaviness. And so you're not actually getting to a point where you're feeling the shadow, feeling the heaviness, feeling, for a lot of people, it's just going to be sadness, it's going to be pain, it's going to be trauma and what you felt through those traumatic moments, right? You're not really going to be feeling that. You're just going to be getting addicted to being in that heaviness, to being in those emotions rather than being in it, connecting your body to it, or connecting to your body first, connecting your body to the emotion, knowing where the emotion sits, and then breathing to a point where your body feels safe, your mind feels safe, having that within you and experiencing what it's like to feel sadness, what it's like to feel terrified, what it's like to feel devastation, suffering, grief, whatever that emotion is for you that's connected to the memory in the moment that you haven't fully accepted, because it's not until you accept it fully, connected to your body, accepting where it is and feeling it, breathing into it fully, that's when it releases. It doesn't need you constantly going back to these heavy emotions and, beating your chest and yelling out and growling to the world. It doesn't need you writing letters to people and telling them how you feel and hoping that they hear what you say and they respect you because, whatever it is for you, that's not what you need. All you need to do, if you think about the light and the dark, the light and the shadow, is connect to your body and return to the middle. That's polarity, right? That's both ends of the spectrum. What we want to do is return to the middle, return to our body, connect to ourselves and feel what is there. It doesn't mean that we shift ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally to heaviness. We don't have to do that. We can be in the body, breathe, teach ourselves how to feel an emotion when it's there. Feel what it's like to have that emotion in the body and to actually bloody feel it. The reason why it's going to be tough to do that, why it's going to be tough initially at the start, why we're going to struggle with it, why we're going to avoid it and sort of say, that's there, but I shouldn't feel it, is because whatever happened to us in that moment, in that memory, in that past, has that emotion attached to it, but we had so much pain, so much suffering, so much grief, so much trauma that we really felt like we had to protect ourselves by stepping away from what is there. The more we step away, the more we avoid, the more we push it to the side and choose something like anger, choose something like pretend excitement or whatever it is above that emotion that's sitting there attached to that moment. Holy moly, the longer we are going to have that emotion sitting in our body waiting to be felt, waiting to be accepted. And when we do, when we accept it, we feel it and we release it, It doesn't mean it's released forever. It doesn't mean you breathe, you feel, you accept, and you release once, and that your life completely changed and that emotion isn't there. It doesn't have an impact on you anymore. No, you're going to have to do that time and time until you get to a point where the body feels comfortable with it. It knows that emotion's there. Your mind isn't being fearful, right? You're not jumping straight into fight or flight state and having to protect yourself by jumping to anger or like disconnecting or jumping to alcohol because you need the alcohol to change your emotional state or your mental state. No, the more you do it, the more comfortable the body becomes, the more comfortable the mind becomes of having that emotion there, feeling it. Holy shit, I feel sad. Holy crap, I feel like I'm not good enough. What does that feel like? And the more you do that, the more you can take away the heaviness of that emotion and how much it is attached to a moment, a memory in your life that you have not yet let go. And by let go, I mean accepted, felt, and released. So that's it. Don't go to shadow work.